Hi there, I'm Laura, and along with my partner Tebow and a team of inquisitive teens, we produce this series that answers the questions about what teenagers are really all about. Well, they actually produce it, and edit it, and write it, and host it. They do it all. It's pretty amazing. So given the resources, the guidance, and the reins, let's see what they come up with. You in? This season we've got some great musical segments coming up. Live performances, interviews with bands, just great stuff. But we'd like to kick it off with this flashback from the theater musical group PigPen. Remember this?
Hey guys, it's Leonard from Teenage Critic, and on today's show, we're going to check out this awesome band called PigPen. They're an alternative/performance band. Also, there's a senior edit by Alyssa and a heart-to-heart by Sydney. So we have a whole bunch of other crazy stuff, so check it out.
18 months ago, I saw PigPen Theater for the first time. 7 guys acting, singing, using shadows and puppetry to tell a beautiful story they'd written and performed with their own songs. Their storytelling, music, and performance were amazing. Since I saw them, they've been performing in New York City, and they've taken the city by storm. The New York Times and New York Magazine have raved about them, and the Huffington Post put them in a tie with Mumford & Sons and the Lumineers for Top 10 Album of 2012. I'm about to see PigPen Theater co-perform again, this time on a concert tour, performing songs from their plays and albums. I'll see the soundcheck, interview the band, and be at the concert. They're super talented, down-to-earth guys and great role models. Definitely check out their albums available on iTunes. If they come to your town, go see them. You won't ever forget it.
Yeah, that's great.
I snuck from your window and shooter was racing, and I ran to the window, followed the sun from the stone, followed the sun.
Hey guys, it's City from Teenage Critic. Right now I'm with all the band members from PigPen. So can you guys just introduce yourselves?
Sure. I'm Ryan. I'm Alex.
I'm Arya.
I'm Dan. I'm Curtis.
I'm Ben. And I'm Matt.
Great. So I know a little bit about the band and I've seen you perform, but in your own words, how would you describe PigPen? What is PigPen?
PigPen is a it's a theater company, but I guess all of it is sort of a story. Ben, why don't you? Yeah, Ben, why don't you?
I think you started to hit on it.
A storytelling aesthetic.
We consider ourselves storytellers, be that through theater, which we actually are a theater company as well as a band.
We've been lucky because we kind of are able to make, we're able to like start making movies and animation.
Yeah, we're just a bunch of friends who happen to be storytellers, and we use music, theater, like Arya said, film and animation.
And then this is really kind of our first tour as the band version of PigPen.
All of us played in high school bands a little bit, here and there, but we never took it too seriously. We really wanted to be actors. And as we started writing stories for PigPen, we started thinking, what if we wrote songs? And as we wrote more songs, we all learned a lot of the instruments that we just named while we were in school together.
So I'm curious, what is the process of writing a song?
Usually someone will come in with an idea, sort of a seed idea musically. Maybe it's a lyric, maybe it's a little melody, and the rest of us will sort of pass it back and forth and add to it and take away from it, and we usually end up with something that sounds like it's pretty cohesive.
So did you just start the tour yesterday?
Yeah.
How has it been so far?
It's been very new. We had a show last night in New York, and then we had to wake up this morning and pack a van with all our equipment.
In the
which was
rain.
7 people in the rain, which is for 7 people. It's a lot of instruments.
It's a lot of
and
equipment,
stuff that you don't
Everything we
really
just
realize.
named.
Yeah. And then
And a windshield wiper.
We drove for about 10 minutes, and then our the driver's side windshield wiper broke.
popped off.
So we were on, in New York City traffic on 95 going
And Dan
north,
couldn't see.
and I couldn't see anything, so I almost got us into some trouble there. Glad we all made it through there. It's about 5 hours. We stopped a couple of times for snacks.
Has it been crazier than you thought it would be?
Yes is the simple answer.
It's been crazy fun.
Yeah.
We've been having a lot of fun. I don't know.
I think it's coming in right
Right
above
what we got.
One last thing. What advice would you give to young musicians who are striving to become like you guys, professional musicians?
Practice together. Yeah.
Open and don't be too hard on yourself.
And also,
That's the big one.
yeah, I would also say, don't be afraid to be bad or be the worst player, because if you play with people who are better than you and know more than you just learn more, and you sort of pick things out from them, and you can only get better yourself. Pushing yourself up.
That's exactly what I was going to say the same thing. Is even when you find a group, if you're maybe just learning an instrument and all your friends are just learning an instrument, it's not going to sound the way you want it to sound in your head. But the fact that you know that and you can identify that means that you're learning so much already. Because as soon as you're good enough to kind of realize what the mistakes you are, that's the first step of becoming really, really good. And it's particularly with a group.
Thank you so much for talking to us. I've never interviewed so many people, so it's interesting.
Mountain tops covered with snow. Always been as far below me. Ain't it funny that all we have is all we know? And all I know is fight. Like the streets of like the streets of light, okay, Paris. Hear the songs they play for you and me. My weary heart stood stock still, while our hips swayed with their own free will. If I were to follow you,
Thanks for watching.
That bit was pretty awesome, right? So now we're going to check out Alyssa's senior race, and she's going to talk about the Common App. You should definitely check that out.
So if you're in high school, you've probably heard of the Common App. If not, you're definitely going to hear about it a ton by the time you're a junior. So what the Common App is, it's a basic application that pretty much all colleges, with the exception of some small liberal arts schools and specialty schools, accept. It is everything from your name, your school, your SAT scores, your extracurricular activities. It pretty much covers everything you want to send to colleges. Basically, you fill out one application and then you can send it to whatever colleges you want. Now, in addition to that, a lot of schools have supplements. And what a supplement is the school's custom questions that they want to know from their applicants particularly. For example, they can ask you things like, why did you apply to our school? Things can be funny or somewhat serious, like, what's the hardest decision you ever had to make in your life? Or things like that. Well, in one of the supplements that I filled out, it actually asked all applicants to make a creative piece expressing themselves and showing a side of them that maybe not everybody knows about. Well, for my piece, I made a video, and I want you guys to see it, so here it is.
Hey guys, it's me again. Who knew the college app process was so extensive? Well, now we're going to check out Sydney's Heart to Heart and talk about crushes. We all have them, right?
Hey guys, it's Sydney. Have you ever experienced any of these symptoms? You act or feel awkward around them, your heart beats fast, your laugh is different and odd sounding, you get excited when he or she texts or calls you. You wait anxiously for them to reply to a text. You try too hard to choose words carefully when texting or talking. You think about them before you go to bed. One little thing they do makes your day, and you think about it the whole day. Yes, you probably guessed. Today, we're going to be talking about crushes. I'm going to be discussing the two different types of crushes, the friend and the stranger, and what to do in both situations. I'm also going to be covering spilling the secret and making it public. So let's get started. Okay, so if you and your crush are friends, congratulations. You have passed one of the hardest steps for most people, which is becoming friends and even making human interaction. So here are some basic do's and don'ts. Get closer with them, know them inside out, and try to become best friends. In the worst case, you'll have a best friend instead of a girlfriend or boyfriend, so there's nothing to lose. Ask for advice or help. If you're a girl crushing on a guy, guys love to be the hero and they love to be like bigger. And if you're a guy crushing on a girl, the girl will think it's really sweet that a guy would ask her for help. So go out with a big group of friends and the crush, because even if it's not a date because you're with a bunch of people, you're still spending time with them outside of school. Here are some don'ts. At first, don't be too flirty because they might be a little freaked out or intimidated or scared if you are too like forward and you go from like friends to suddenly being really flirty. If you do that, and if you're too forward, you'll have no chance at a relationship. Never change yourself, because always remember that the reason why he or she became friends with you in the first place is because they liked your true personality, so don't change it. So if you and your crush are strangers, have no fear, because you still have hope in becoming good friends, even if it seems impossible right now. A big one before you do anything and make any moves is get to know them before you officially like them or have a crush on them. Because if you just like them based on their looks or appearance, they might have a really nasty personality, you never know. Attract their attention. Separate yourself from all the other fish in the sea. You can do something as small as in the hallways, make eye contact with them for a couple seconds and then keep walking. They might be confused or curious, which is a good thing, so now they have you in their minds. Compliment them. Again, you can do something as small as in the halls, say nice shoes or nice earrings as they're walking by, and then smile and keep walking. So now they think that you're a good person, you're a nice person. Find out their interests. For example, if they like football or they're on the football team, talk about your friends with your friends' last night's football game on TV. So they might join in the conversation. If you know their favorite song, get a group of friends and sing the song in the hallways loud enough so the crush can hear you. And if you know their favorite movie, you can ask your friends if they've seen it, and if they say no, talk about how awesome it is. The topic of spilling your secret and making your crush public. Always assume that if you tell someone, even your best friend, it is somehow going to get to the crush. And just in general, for telling secrets, just assume that it's going to spread, because things like that spread like wildfire, especially in middle school and high school. Here is a typical secret and how it spreads in school.
I have to promise not to tell anyone. Susie. I promise. Shelley. Good. I have a huge crush on Joey.
Oh my goodness. Well, I'll see you tomorrow. Well, that promise didn't include Janie. She's my best friend. Hey, Janie. There you are. You have to promise not to tell anyone. Shelley has a huge crush on Joey. She does? Yes, but don't tell anyone.
So if you're going to tell someone a secret, and in this case your crush, tell someone you absolutely trust, preferably a best friend or good friend, someone who has done something good and trustworthy in the past, and let them know that you know their secrets. So if they tell someone, then you can tell everyone else a secret about them too. And don't be too threatening, because then that's just mean. But thank you guys for watching. I hope if you're having a crush dilemma right now, I helped you a little bit, whether it's a friend or a stranger or anything else. So feel free to Facebook me, email me, Twitter me with future heart-to-heart ideas. I'm very open to more suggestions. I have a new email. It's called H2H Ask Cindy right here. So you can email me about other topics to do in Heart Hearts coming up in the future. So thank you guys for watching. See you next week. Bye.
Here on Teenage Critic, we are inspired by a lot of different things. And on each and every show, we like to show you guys just a little bit of that. So coming up next is just that.
Stop.
How I found out about AS20 Youth was I was in a group home. I was in a couple group homes ever since I was about 17, and they brought it to me. And at first I'm like, it sounds whack, but came here, check it out real quick, and just looked around, seeing that there was a studio here, and it's free. So I'm like, I'm gonna check this place out.
When I was in high school, I didn't know about AS20. I seen like the magazines and newspapers that were producing, but never came to the space. Like, I didn't have friends that encouraged me to go. But I probably would have been out of trouble if I came here at AS20.
I heard they was doing a lot of artwork and rapping, recording, designing, and I was interested in it, so I just signed up.
I was walking by with my sister Amber, and you walk in and it was so much like life. Like, there were people dancing and singing and rapping. It was just amazing.
AS20 Youth, it's a place like no other.
The initial exposure that the program gives to young people who are struggling with just so many things is truly an outlet and truly gives them something that they can take with them for the rest of their lives.
most middle schools have things like, they have basketball teams, they have, you know, if you're lucky, football teams. What happens to the kids who aren't into that? What happens to the kids who just can't sit still because they gotta dance, or the rappers, you know what I mean, or the singers? You feel like, as a young person, where can I go? I need a place where I can like harness my talent and like get support and have access to shows and have access to constructive criticism. And being young, you don't know where to go for that.
If you want to try new things, like, go for it. This is one of the places you can do it. It goes from artists drawing to artists rapping, to artists making beats.
If you want to put yourself out through AS220, you will get connections. If you want to become a graphic designer, they'll teach you the basics. If you want to become communications, they'll teach you the basics of communication. It's always something to put on your resume.
Before, I just had only this path career-wise, but now, like, AS220 have opened many different, expanded my horizons. I have way more options than what I had a year and a half ago.
Now I have a place where I can actually come and perfect it, and get some help doing it. And if I get good enough, maybe they'll help me find some shows and teach me how to market myself, and just be around people who are trying to do the same exact thing.
Thanks to AS220 Youth, I know I can do anything I want.
AS220 Youth is painting, is dancing, is
an arts program.
A place to just get away.
Computer design, this fab lab, this everything you want to do in art.
If you're in a black and white space, and then color just comes. People bring life back to this place.
There really isn't much else like it.
I think it's family. I think it's a movement. I think it's a remedy.
I love it.
I love it. I ain't leaving.
AS220 Youth is definitely unique in what they do.
AS220 Youth is a place where artists let their emotions out.
If you're feeling hurt, if you're feeling bad at home, you can come to AS220 Youth, and through the music and through the art, it's some sense of healing.
AS220 Youth helps kids with their art and all the stuff that they like to do.
I was happy to come to like a different type of environment where you get a lot of young people doing a lot of productive things, to work for a better future. AS220 Youth is a skill building factory.
AS220 Youth is more than a non-profit organization. Sometimes I can say it's a home.
Hey everyone, it's Liana and I'm still here in Providence, and on our next piece is an awesome time with me, Alyssa, and Laura, and we're just having a good time on a Sunday afternoon.
So basically what we did today, we had a really cool, fun day in Providence. We went all these places on Thayer
Took a
Street.
gazillion pictures.
Yeah, and we just took a bunch of pictures, and what we're going to be doing is putting together those pictures to kind of give you like a scrapbook of our day and fun things that you can do in Providence. Eastside Pockets, Urban Outfitters, pretty much every place.
Oh, did you say Eastside Pockets?
Yeah, I just said
Okay,
that.
sorry.
Okay, it's okay. It's good. You can make a totally normal Sunday afternoon in a place you've lived your entire life actually pretty cool.
And it's a competition, by the way.
It's a competition, yeah. I think I took the best pictures, but that's just my opinion.
She's wrong. I did.
I guess you will have to be the judge.
Prima donna girl, yeah. All I ever wanted was the world. I can't help that I need it all. The prima donna life, the rise and fall. You say that I'm kinda difficult, but it's always someone else's fault. Got you wrapped around my finger, babe. You can count on me to misbehave. A prima donna girl.
Ferris? So like, no offense to Alyssa, but if I heard somebody walking in the street like talking like that, and I just feel like,
I can speak Greek too, a little bit. And sorry, also a falafel pocket. Thank you. Yep.
Muslim!
Whatever.
Dude, they're literally staring at us because I just swore in Arabic.
That was good. So I've had a really great time hosting this week, and make sure you tune in every time because you never know who's going to be hosting. Until then, keep watching Teenage Critic. Bye!